Hi class, today we are on Saxon Math Book 3, Lesson 89, and we are going to use a multiplication table to divide by one-digit numbers. So if you were with me a couple weeks ago, we used the multiplication table to divide by 2 only. It's the same process, but I'm going to show you how it changes just a little bit when we're dividing by something other than 2. So for our first example, for an art project, 24 students will sit at 6 tables. If the students are divided equally, how many students will sit at each table? So the first thing we need to do is find 24 somewhere in the middle of our multiplication table. So there's a couple options. You're going to see 24 a couple times. So I'm going to start, let's say this one. Well, we're dividing 24 by 6. So if I look up here, that's going to give me an 8, and that's going to give me a 3. So that's not what I want to do. We need to find the 24 that's in the 6 column. So we're going to go right there. There's our 24, there's our 6. And if we move over here, we can see that 4 times 6 is equal to 24. So because of the way fact families work, if 4 times 6 is equal to 24, 24 divided by 6 is equal to 4. So we find whatever number we're dividing by, in this case 6, go down to 24, and then go over to what number did we multiply to get 24, and that gives you your answer. Let's do a couple more examples together. All right, for game day, the teacher divided 32 students into 4 equal teams. How many students were on each team? So they had 32 students. They got divided into 4 teams. So I can come over here to my 4, go down to the 32 right there, and then what do I multiply times 4 in order to get 32? 8 right here. So there were 8 students on each team. The next example says the farmer planted an array of 42 trees in the orchard with 6 trees in each row. How many rows of trees did the farmer plant? So he planted a total of 42 trees. There were 6 trees in each row. So we want to find our 6, go down, find the 42 in the 6th column, and then go over. 7 times 6 is 42. So the farmer must have planted 7 rows of trees. So if you have this handy-dandy paper, you can pull this out. I'm going to ask you a couple of division questions, and I want you to practice using this to find the answer. Eventually, you are going to memorize all of these division facts, along with all of your multiplication facts. So if you're using this for now, no big deal. But when you're a high school student, you don't want to have to pull out your multiplication table because those things will be firmly memorized in your brain. All right, if you've got it, great. If not, I'm going to hold mine up to the camera so that you can try to use the screen to use the multiplication table as well. So our first question for you to practice says there are 12 inches in a foot. How many feet is 60 inches? Try to hold it so that you can see the whole thing. There are 12 inches in a foot. How many feet are in 60 inches? Pause if you need a little bit more time to look at the paper because I'm about to show you how to find the answer. We go over here to the 12, and then we come down and find 60 right there, and we have to go the whole way across the paper. Stay straight so that you don't lose your place, and you're going to get to the 5. 5 times 12 is 60, so there must be 5 feet in 60 inches. Problem B says Derek placed 32 books in 4 equal stacks. How many books were in each stack? I'll hold this up again. Derek placed 32 books in 4 equal stacks. How many books were in each stack? Pause the video if you need a little more time to look at it yourself. So we're going to go over here to the 4 equal stacks. Then we have to go down to 32 all the way down here. And across, what number times 4 equals 32? 8. So there must be 8 books in each stack. All right, the next 3 problems are not word problems, they're just written. So we have C, which is 56 divided by 8. D is 84 divided by 7. Yes. E is 72 divided by 9. And F is 54 divided by 6. So I'm going to show these to you. You can pause here if you have your own multiplication table, pause the video, work out all the answers. If you don't have your own multiplication table, you might want to see if your homeschool teacher can print one for you. But I am going to hold mine up so that we can talk about each of these answers together. Okay, so if you haven't figured them out for yourself yet, pause between each question so that you can see the chart, try to figure out the answer before I give it away. All right, so the first one is 56 divided by 8. So we're going to come over here to the 8. Then we go down to find the 56 right where my finger is there, and across 7. 8 times 7 is 56, so 56 divided by 8 equals 7. D is 84 divided by 7. So we want to come over here to the 7, go down, find an 84. Ooh, all the way at the bottom is my 84. So then we go over, and 7 times 12 is 84, which means 84 divided by 7 equals 12. E is 72 divided by 9. So we want to come across and find our 9. Go down to the 72 right there. Then make sure that you're staying in the same row. And 8 times 9 is 72. I have a strategy for you you might want to use because sometimes it's difficult to read, especially when we're kind of over here and we're trying to stay straight. So if you come down here and find the 72 in the 9 column, you can hold a piece of paper to make sure that you're staying straight the whole way across that chart, and you can find that 8 times 9 is equal to 72. And our final problem is 54 divided by 6. So come on over here, find your 6, go down to where you see 54, and make sure you stay straight as you go across that multiplication table. 9 times 6 is 54, which means 54 divided by 6 is equal to 9. That's the end of our lesson today. Your written practice begins on page 483. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon.